was diagnosed as someone who has autism spectrum disorder, which is very difficult to identify in Black women because of racism.
So what exactly is autism spectrum? Because I hear people say you're on the spectrum.
It used to be called Asperger's.
Okay.
But that is no longer what it's called because to my knowledge, Asperger was a Nazi.
Okay.
But what it simply means is that your brain functions in a different way. So you're neurodivergent. And you also have certain tendencies that are considered outside of what the neurotypical way of things is.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to my channel. So Amanda Seales made it on Club Shay Shay's sofa and had a lot of polarizing things to say as usual. Some people reckon she was trying to have a viral moment like Cat Williams. But if you ask me, I don't think that's what she was trying to do. Because I came to know her from her constant rants before I even knew she was an entertainer. So let's just hear what else she had to say on that podcast.
Without being artistic though, right?
Hell yeah! Okay. 1000%. Okay. Absolutely.
But just
because I'm both. I'm gifted and autistic.
Yes, but Amanda, sometimes, just because you have a special gift, that doesn't mean that, you have a spectrum or you have just because you see things differently, it doesn't mean that you're on the spectrum or you...
This isn't related to simply how I see things. This is related to how my brain functions.
Yes. But just because your brain functions differently from, say, mine.
Yes.
But you can be brilliant without being artistic, though, right? So you feel just because your brain functions differently that's what caused it, or there's a clinical diagnosis? There
are clinical diagnoses
for you.
Yes, there are clinical diagnoses for autism. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
When you take the tests, when you take the test, you're like, hold up, I've been thinking my whole life that this was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that I have to doodle, I have to draw all the time. I have to be doing things all the time to be stimulated. It's literally called stimming.
So you feel just because your brain functions different.
Mr. Wright was like, all right, so, we're here to discuss Amanda disrupting the class with her talking. And she was like, no, Amanda doesn't disrupt the class with her talking. She actually helps the other students out. He's like, oh, okay. So is it about her grades? And she's like, actually, no, one of her art pieces is featured in our exhibit at the library. And he's like, so what are we here for? And she's like, well, she corrects me in front of the class. And these three Black people are like, here we go with this racist bull. Because that's really what it is. We're in Florida in the 80s and the 90s. And
but let me ask you this.
The same lady who tried to accuse me of stealing. And when a white girl said, no, Amanda didn't steal it, I did. She was like, well, I think both of you need to go to the principal.
Right.
I'm in Orlando, Florida, which is a notoriously racist state, Florida.
Correct them or speak, feel some type of way. This is not unique to a Black, white, or white, Black. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm sorry that you took it that way. But I remember when I was growing up, my grandparents and parents said, hey, kids, stay in your place. Adults are speaking. That's all. Maybe that didn't happen where you were from in Orlando, Florida. But where I grew up, when I grew up, kids did not correct adults. So I apologize if you thought it came off as combative.
No problem. In 1989, I went to an audition for Disney because they had something called the Sparkling Christmas Spectacular at...
Okay, so that interview lasted for more than 3 hours, which is quite unusual because Shannon usually conducts his interviews for around 2 hours. So I'm going to link the full interview below. I know of Amanda Seales around 4 years ago when she made this post about being thrown out of a party.
The Black Hollywood Emmy party last night with my homeboy Kendrick and my homegirl Kiki. And we were being escorted, we were being entered into the party when the woman at the door, a white woman named Kiara, was like, stop, she can't go in. No, she's not on the list. She can't go in. Now, Kiki was walking in and they weren't stopping Kiki. And Kendrick was walking in, but I was targeted out and was like, she can't go in, she's not on the list. So Kendrick was like, I don't even understand what? And the security guards were like, yeah, I don't know. It's been like this all night, just politics. I don't know. So I'm standing there just like, so I stand there waiting and now I'm getting perturbed because there's just no reason. Like the shit is not popping. Like it's not like there's a crazy line outside. Like there's people spilling out from the inside. Like there's just no reason for like me to be standing out here and being like told like, no, you can't go in. So then I was like, you know what? I'm out. So I go to the curb, and then another homeboy of mine is like, what do you mean they won't let you in? He's like, we're going to fix that. So now like 15 minutes later, he comes, gets me, brings me back, and was like, she should be able to go in. And this same white woman, Kiara, is like, no, she cannot go in. She cannot go in. And it was in that moment that I realized like, oh, this is like about me. Like this is not. Now, in actuality, I should have took my ass home when I walked up to a Black Hollywood party and a white woman was the gatekeeper, because the optics of that let me know that whoever is in charge of this ain't really thinking on a bigger scale of things. And I don't like parties enough to begin with to even put myself in situations like that. But I was really hyped up because so many of my peoples were like, come through, come through, come through. People were in there, people that were coming, etc. So I really was just like, whatever, let me just gung-ho. But nonetheless, I was still outside my ass at the Velvet Rope because this woman, Kiara, was just not having Amanda Seales enter the party. Then Elijah Kelly comes out. And Elijah Kelly is like, why are you out here? And I'm like, because this woman will not let me in. And he was like, what? Just come in. Just come in. So I'm coming in and she's like, no. And he was like, just go. And I just went. And I was like, yeah, because I don't know why this woman is so set bent on me not entering this party. I go in the party and I literally just go and stand by the bar. Jay August comes over and is like, what's up, Amanda? And I was just like, you know what? I don't even know what's going on. But for some reason, I am not being allowed in this party. So when Kiki and I got in, she had went one way and I went the other way. And by the time she came back to the bar, she thought that just like I was talking to people in the party. No, a security guard was talking to me. Because the security guard was dispatched to come and remove me from the party. Yes. So I'm standing there like, I'm not leaving this party until you tell me who is saying that I need to leave the party. He's like, all right, I'm going to find out. So he's looking, he's like talking on his phone, and then he's like, Vanessa. Vanessa is saying that you need to leave the party. Vanessa of the AMPR group. And I'm like, really? That doesn't surprise me. So I'm standing there talking to him when Elijah Kelly comes up again and is like, what's going on? And I'm like, they're saying that I need to leave the party and I need to be escorted out by security. He's like, what? At that moment, the general manager of the event or of the venue comes up and is like, you need to leave. They need to escort you out. There's no discussion that needs to be had. I'm like, there is a discussion that needs to be had because there's no reason why. He's like, you're not on the list and you need to leave. You're not on the list. And I was like, fine, Vanessa. Fine, Vanessa. I would like to have a discussion with Vanessa because I need to understand what threat I pose to this party. There are several people who are in this party that are not on the list. Why am I being singled out? No, I don't need to discuss that with you. 2 more security guards come up. And our good friend Kiara, who comes up and says, no, I'm the one who says she needs to go. Kiara, I'm the one who says she needs to go. I'm the one. So I just want to reiterate for you one more time, as I was saying at this point out loud. So let me just get this straight. I am being escorted out of a Black Hollywood party, the only one that happens for the Emmys. I am being escorted out because this white woman here says that I can't be in here. I just want to get that clear. And y'all saw me say that in real time on my Instagram. And they were like, yes, you need to go. So now I start walking out and I turn to the general manager, who has been nasty since he walked up to me. And I was like, this is some bullshit. You doing wrong. And as I did this, his lackey, some white boy moves in and presses up against me and pushes me back. Y'all, it was about to be World Star Night. It was about to be. I'm not going to lie to you. Because I really am not here for being touched, especially by men who are trying to exert authority for no fucking reason and expecting me to submit, word of the week, to their authority that they are exerting for what I know to be a falsified reason, and also just an exertion of authority. Like, that's the thing. Like, you know, a lot of times people want to exert authority, but they want to do it at such an extreme level for no reason. I'm not fighting. I'm not loud. I'm not belligerent. I'm simply saying I would like an explanation. And they're saying, no, you don't deserve an explanation. So now I've got 4 security guards telling me that I need to get off the premises immediately. And thankfully, the first security guard, though, he's the one who stopped it from being a World Star Night. Because he was like, miss, we don't got to do this. We don't got to do this, miss. We don't got to do this. We don't got to do this, miss. We don't got to do this. We don't got to do this, miss. Kiki is in the general manager's ear like, are you fucking kidding me that this is happening right now? Like, are you really serious this is happening? Are you absolutely serious that this is happening? And he's like, I mean, this is how it has to go down. This is how it has to happen. So I then leave the party. So just for the record, Amanda Seales, I'm speaking in the third person. I was escorted by 4 security guards out of the Black Hollywood Emmy party last night for simply.
So shortly after that party incident, she did an interview on Breakfast Club. To be very defensive on Shannon's interview, because later on the Nightcap podcast, Shannon said how she had initially refused to hug him, which I found very strange, given that she's the one who really wanted to appear on Club Shay Shay?
I'd love to do Shannon Sharpe show. I think it would actually be career changing, and not just for like my career, but for the fact that in showing that even when you keep it a buck about things, even when you stand 10 toes down on issues that are global and political, that even when you align yourself with integrity and work independently, that you can still have a fruitful career. And I think that would be career changing for a lot of folks and for expanding the idea of what a career in this industry actually can be. So, Mr. Sharpe, if you were to have me on the show, I could make myself available.
Amanda was on your ass in that interview. Did y'all see the interview with Amanda Seals?
I missed it. I keep seeing all the tweets. And all the tweets are the same. I can't believe I agree with Amanda Seals. So does everyone not like Amanda Seals or something? I don't know the backstory, but for some reason, whatever she said, it must have been.
Those are her supporters who think Shannon was dismissing her experiences.
Good, because everybody agrees with her. Whatever it means.
Yeah, she was Hollywood, especially Black Hollywood, is kind of shunned her. And everybody is kind of shaped through their childhood and their personal experience. So you see things, you see life through your prism, your lens.
Right.
And so she's had some things happen in her life that kind of makes her ultra defensive. She's a highly intelligent woman, very intelligent, very well read. But I think sometimes, she thinks everybody's out to get her. And so until she's comfortable with you, she's going to keep that guard up. She's going to keep the guard up. Because I asked her for a hug earlier. She's like, nah, I don't hug. I said, give me some doubt. She ain't want to give me no doubt. But what?
That was really strange, given that I've just shown you she's the one who really wanted to appear on Shannon's podcast.
I told her, I said, Amanda, this is a safe space. You can tell your story.
Right.
She saw it back. She paused. She's like, can I have a hug? And then she was cool. I think a lot of things and people like, I was trying to invalidate her experience. No, I wasn't. It's the same thing I told Monique when Monique said, I was trying to get this role and Oprah told me to go blah, blah, blah for her.
Right.
And she ended up getting the role. I said, well, Monique, did you ever think that they were looking for a Black heavyset woman and you two were probably the only two in Hollywood? And she said, oh, okay. That makes sense. Right. And so when she said the white lady had her teacher, I said, Amanda, did it ever cross your mind that, I don't know where you're from, but where I grew up, Ocho, kids never corrected a parent or an adult.
Corrected?
Yes. And that's what I said. I said, Amanda, did you think maybe because you were a child, even though you were right, the mere fact that a child corrected an adult. Now, maybe in today's time, that's fine. Maybe where in some place we grew up. But I don't ever remember being in a situation, a child couldn't even interrupt an adult conversation. You couldn't pull on your parents or your grandparents' leg and say, hey. I'm like.
After that interview dropped, some people sided with Amanda. You can see on her Instagram page, somebody said it took Shannon Sharpe's gaslighting to make people see what she was talking about. And then there's another one who said, I actually think it needed to happen this way because there are many people out here who are coming for her, who have the same bandwidth as Shannon. So in a sense, she was able to talk to all of them through him. So let's just hear how she reacted afterwards, because it seems like she's regained some confidence that people finally understand her.
Really dreading today, and I felt very dense and very heavy, and you all have really poured in to me with so much love. And I was not expecting that shit. I was not expecting it. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate you.
Well, she ended up announcing her upcoming comedy tour. Just from the title, The Unlikable Tour, you can tell she really has it in her subconscious mind that people don't really like her. To be honest, I was very surprised to find out that she's a comedian, because she seems to have a lot of anger that needs to be resolved. So anyway, I hope she's going to be able to go for therapy, and find some peace in her life, because I think she's one unhappy soul. So I wish her success in her tour. I don't know what you think about her. Just let me know in the comment section below. Like and share this video. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.